Let me introduce you to the new paragraph 5. In this video, I'll walk you through each section of the new paragraph so you'll have a better understanding of how it works. The first thing you need to know is paragraph 23, the termination option, has been removed from the new forms. All the information in paragraph 23 was relocated to the new paragraph 5. Let's take a look. Notice the title of this paragraph is now earnest money and termination option. This is because the title company will receive the earnest money and the option fee. Don't believe me? Look, it even says so on the new receipted page. Let's take a closer look at each section of the new paragraph. Let's start with 5A. Delivery of earnest money and option fee. Within 3 days after the effective date, buyer must deliver to, and you'll put the name of the title company, as escrow agent at, and then the address for the title company. Then you'll put your amount of earnest money and your option fee. The earnest money and option fee shall be made payable to escrow agent and may be paid separately or combined in a single payment. The single payment option will most likely be the easiest. Consider having your buyer combine the earnest money and option fee amount into one payment. If your buyer has the ability to add a memo to the payment, have them indicate the amount that should be applied to the earnest money and the amount that should be applied to the option fee per the contract. Acceptable methods of payment at Independence Title are Zochem, our easy-to-use earnest money and option fee delivery app, cashier's check, wire transfer, and personal check. Let's look at 5A number 1. If there's additional earnest money, you'll use this section. 5A number 2 addresses the timelines for delivery. Remember, the buyer has 3 days to deliver the earnest money and option fee to the title company. But if the last day to deliver the earnest money, option fee, or the additional earnest money falls on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, the time to deliver the earnest money, option fee, or the additional earnest money as applicable is extended until the next day that is not a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday. This is the same timeline as in the old paragraph 5, but notice now that this applies to the earnest money, option fee, or additional earnest money as well. 5A number 3 says, the amount the escrow agent receives under this paragraph shall be applied first to the option fee, then to the earnest money, and then to the additional earnest money. If for some reason a buyer's payment was short and there was a question how the funds should be applied, the wording here clarifies the funds are applied to the option fee first to ensure the buyer gets an option period. 5A number 4 says, the buyer authorizes escrow agent to release and deliver the option fee to the seller at any time without further notice to or consent from the buyer, and releases escrow agent from liability for the delivery of the option fee to the seller. The option fee will be credited to the sales price at closing. Independence Title will hold the option money and credit it back to the buyer at closing. Wondering what happens if the contract terminates? Don't worry, we're going to get to that. We've covered everything in 5A. Let's take a look at 5B through E. 5B contains your termination option language. For nominal consideration, the receipt for which seller acknowledges and buyer's agreement to pay the option fee within the time required, seller grants buyer the unrestricted right to terminate this contract by giving notice of termination to the seller within blank days, and this is where you'll put the number of days, after the effective date of this contract. This would be called the option period. Notices under this paragraph must be given by 5 p.m., so this didn't change, and this is the local time where the property is located, by the date specified. If buyer gives notice of termination within the time prescribed, the option fee will not be refunded, and escrow agent shall release any option fee remaining with the escrow agent to the seller and any earnest money will be refunded to the buyer. So now you know what happens if there's a termination during the option period. 5C addresses the consequences if the buyer fails to timely deliver the earnest money. Make sure your buyer timely delivers the earnest money, or they're opening themselves up to a possible termination by the seller. 5D addresses the consequences if the option fee is not timely delivered. If no dollar amount is stated as the option fee, or the buyer fails to deliver the option fee within the time required, buyer shall not have the unrestricted right to terminate this contract under this paragraph 5. Finally, 5E reminds us that time is of the essence. Hopefully now you are better acquainted with the new paragraph 5. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to your escrow teams or your Independence Title business development reps. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.